As some of you might know, we have been growing lion's mane and testing lion's mane the last 3 months. So this is basically the takeaway of what we learned and what you can expect by starting to grow this mushroom for yourself. If you don't know who I am, my name is Anders. I've been building vertical farms for the last 5 years. We are operating multiple vertical farms that are profitable in Denmark, Czech Republic as well. And we also started helping Florian in Austria. It's going really well. Maybe we're gonna show something about how it goes in the different productions, but that's something for another video. So we are growing mushrooms in this shipping container. Currently we do fruiting in 5 shipping containers. So 3 months ago we started doing testing of the lion's mane. You can see here we have some growing, ready for picking. Our thought was we're gonna do 3 flushes in this bag, because we wanted to maximize the potential of the mushroom. In the beginning we were growing mushrooms, only oyster mushrooms, and then we switched to the lion's mane. We got some nice feedback on the mushroom. However, it's a bit difficult selling lion's mane in the same proportion as it is selling oyster mushrooms. Now we got some requests for the Pioppino. Pioppino is faster to grow and you get a lot more yield with Pioppino compared to lion's mane. So we're gonna start doing that, and we're starting tests up with this because we think that has huge potential. It's a bit like the oyster mushroom. We can sell a lot of it, and the shelf life is really good on it. So we figured that the shelf life of the lion's mane is not as good as we thought. Lion's mane is usually a max shelf life, we say two days in the fridge here, because after 2 days the mushroom starts decomposing and it's not nice to work with. So if you're gonna work with lion's mane, it's very important you have them fresh all the time, and you can really supply the people that need to use the mushroom for cooking. So we figured that some of the bags starts leaking this, I don't know what you call it, but it's really not good for the environment in the grow room, because it's really contaminating, and you know it smells really bad. So and that occurs with maybe 25% of the bags over time. So 1 harvest we're gonna do, and that's it, because we're getting flies, we're getting mold. It's not nice. It's a nice mushroom to grow, for sure. It tastes amazing. But we are gonna see if we can scale up the Pioppino instead. We want to grow multiple mushrooms. So lion's mane is definitely a great addition, but it's not a scalable mushroom in the same sense as the Pioppino, for example, or other oyster mushroom species. Lion's mane can work, and it's a nice mushroom to grow. We have the pink oyster here. We're doing some tests here where we are growing some different varieties of oysters as well. And here we have the yellow oyster. As you can see here, we are growing the lion's mane here. And we are cutting them, opening them on different ways. We found that some ways work better than other ways, and I'm gonna show you here. So this is how the first flush looks. It's not quite ready yet, but we are gonna pick this and see if we can do another harvest. If not, then we are really gonna evaluate if we're gonna grow this mushroom or not. It's a very delicious mushroom. But if it's not a profitable one in the sense that we get the money back, if we can't sell enough of this mushroom, we are not gonna scale it up as we thought we were gonna do. But we're gonna see in the future, and I hope that we are still able to get this going. I just think that the possibilities are much greater with the Pioppino, because you get a lot more harvest, and yeah, people like the taste of it as well. The Pioppino is a bit nutty in the flavor, and it's a very hard texture the mushroom has. So it works very good for stir fries and things like that. All in all, we are growing the lion's mane. We're still continuing to grow the lion's mane, but we're not gonna scale it in the same sense that we thought we were going to. We are gonna take a look into different varieties of oysters, Pioppino, growing some chestnuts as well. And probably that's gonna be the varieties we're gonna do in the boxes. So Very interesting. Still an interesting mushroom to grow. Still a very interesting mushroom to eat. Contamination rates with this mushroom are very high because the mycelium is not so strong. So the slightest difference in the sterilization process or anything can really just ruin the bags very fast. So the difficulty of growing this mushroom, I would say a 5 out of 5. Compared to the oyster would maybe be like a 2 out of 5. So we always recommend starting with oyster mushrooms, and then from there you can see how you can make it work. If you can make it work with the lion's mane, that's great for you. But don't expect it to be as profitable as growing oyster mushrooms or Pioppino, for example. That's what we think, that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Last thing I want to show you here is just some yellow oysters pinning really, really great. It's the same recipe that we are doing with the other oysters. We changed the recipe a bit and it just went really wild with the mycelium growth, and yeah, it just went a lot more. So yeah, the bags are a lot more optimized now, I would say, because the mycelium's growing amazingly fast, and you can see it grows really, really well. So inside the recipe, it grows really well. And by changing the recipe, we started getting a lot greater results. As you can see here, I'm going to show you. So these clusters here, they're probably some of the biggest clusters that we got so far, and that's by changing the recipe. So really well. I'm really excited about what the future holds. And if you want to see more awesome mushroom content and vertical farming content like this, then subscribe to the YouTube channel, because every Sunday we are putting up a new video. So if you follow the YouTube channel, you will get continuous learning and really get into how to build a vertical farm with either growing mushrooms, microgreens, strawberries, salads, and or whatever you can think of.